Hey, this is the World Advice Channel 2. What I want to talk about today is the reason why there is so much tension between blacks and Latinos in the United States. So, for this video, I'm going to explain why there's so much tension in a simple and straightforward way so anyone can understand it, as well as give a non biased approach to this topic. Because the truth of the matter is, giving a non biased approach will give the freshest, best, of course, clear, of course, like I was saying before, clear um, understanding of this topic instead of taking a biased approach. So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the topic of black and Latino tension in the United States, what exactly is causing it? Well, there's many different things that cause it, but the main reason why I think it caused it from a non-biased approach is simply down to the fact that there's a misunderstanding. Now, when I come to the topic of misunderstanding, what I mean by that is that when it comes to this particular issue, what I mean by misunderstanding is particularly from the black perspective, the fact of how we interpret situations, okay? Because for this video, I'm going to, as I said before, I'm going to be non biased, and I'm definitely going to give you a non biased approach to this particular topic. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm just going to keep it real, okay? Which this is something I've noticed is something that's been going on for the black community for a long time, which a lot of us do not want to hold our own people accountable for it. But I'm going to be quite honest with you. A lot of black people, in all honesty, start shit with people, and don't just start shit, but are really good at starting shit with people, okay? Now, like I said, when it comes to this tension issue, before I get further into this, I want to make it clear it's both sides' fault. But when it comes to this particular issue, a lot of it is caused by the fact that a lot of black people start shit. Now, what I mean by that particular topic, especially when you take into consideration, of course, obvious elephant in the room here, the fact that black places where black and Latinos live side by side in the highest proportional number tend to be places that, of course, are ghettos. The truth of the matter is, even though, of course, it's a ghetto, so you should not have high expectations and realize, of course, what's going to be crime and so on and so forth. But even aside from that element, the thing I've noticed about the black community is that I notice a lot of our people have this way of kind of starting shit with people. Like they just randomly kind of start shit with people for no apparent reason. Like they like to bully people and put people down really badly. And I'm not saying the majority of black people are like this, obviously not, even in those type of communities. But at the same time, some do. They just start shit with people for no real reason, just talk down on them, say this and this and that about them, and then sometimes they get beaten the crap out of because, of course, they're talking crap and putting people down, and even saying racist shit to people. In this case, of course, them being Latinos, they might say comments like, "Oh, you're not from America, you're an alien, you're a wetback," and blah 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 blah, and all this type of crap, and then they get beaten the crap out of and stuff, and then they run off and claim that what happened to them was due to racism. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across here. And this is not a very comfortable topic in the black community for obvious reasons, but it is actually true. A lot of our people just like to start shit with people. And the truth of the matter is this is not even something new. This has been going back for decades because there used to be a term which I heard used to kind of happen a lot to Latinos, the people who used to go around bothering Latinos, particularly back in like the 1970s and 1980s, which of course should come as no surprise to anyone, you know, where they had a term known as kick the can. Let's kick the can, man. Let's kick the can, which would mean that they would deliberately pick on people who were of Latino heritage, because every Latino nation had, of course, you tend to, for the names of them, tend to have a can ending in it, whether it's Dominican, Mexican, um, El Salvadori, well, not that, but you get the point. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, Mexican, um, of course, another one could be Dominican, another one could be Colombian, whether it really ends with a C too, it's still kind of similar in a sense, you can get the point. They all end in N for the for the name of the heritage of the people. Okay, so they had this term, "Let's kick the can, man," and they used to just deliberately go around find Latinos just beating the crap out of them, and so on and so forth. Which is actually why a lot of Latino people became gang members and stuff, and even helped pave the way for, of course, we all, as a lot of us know, the Latin Kings. Okay, because a lot of Latinos used to get beaten up and terrorized by African Americans, and stuff, and used to get even bullied in prison and stuff, which, of course, prison is the worst place to get bullied because, of course, no surprise, that also leads to a lot of prison rape and so on and so forth. So the truth of the matter is, regardless, a lot of people used to get bullied really badly. And of course, Latino community by the Black African American community, which of course I'm certain the majority of us did not do that stuff, but some did. And the truth of the matter is, that's exactly what I'm getting across here. And from what I've heard, that's why a lot of Latinos hate our people so passionately, for that matter, okay? And this is the truth about the Black community. We're going to have to kind of hold these people accountable for this particular issue because we already know as Black people, we live in an anti-Black world in the first place, okay? Even if people like us, it doesn't take much for them to say, you know what people say about you guys is actually true. That's the world we live in, okay, for that matter, okay, when it comes to us Black people, okay? That's why it's good for us to, of course, kind of try to avoid situations like that in the first place. Because in the end of the day, God forbid, they start attacking us, like a race riot or something breaks out, they're coming for all of us. They're not gonna pull off no bullshit about, okay, we're just gonna find the Black people who terrorized us, or even just pick gang members. They're coming for every single one. Doesn't matter if it's male, female, or even children, whatever. The truth of the matter is they're coming for everybody. And that's why us Black people are gonna have to start holding these people accountable for this type of stuff, because I feel a lot of it at its fundamental core is actually kind of the Black people who like to go around starting shit and starting problems for no reason, okay? Because even just growing up, like I see a lot of those situations where sometimes Black kids will just start shit for no reason, and would not just start shit for no reason. A lot of other kids as well will just call everything racist. Oh, this is racist, that's racist, this is racist, that's racist. But in a lot of cases, you also realize that though that might not necessarily be the case, or just say the small thing is racist, or you say, oh, this pencil is kind of dark or something, for a pencil crayon, like surprise, surprise, and say, oh, that's racist. Just call everything that's racist. Not to mention, a lot of Black kids were kind of mischievous and kind of started crap for no real reason, and for no real reason. And a lot of them would get beaten up or get told off, and then they'd run off and say, oh, that person is racist. So that's what I'm talking about here when it comes to this particular issue, okay? And that's the truth of the matter. That's why I get so annoyed when I hear about this stuff, okay? Because Latinos, when you look at them as a whole, why would they hate our community? Because a lot of them live in communities where they're surrounded by Black people. And I know it's a lot of Latinos, I think everyone else kind of knows, like Black entertainment. They like to watch our movies like Boys in the Hood and so on and so forth. They like to listen to our music. They like to consume a lot of things from Black people for that matter, okay? So why would you have a people, especially ones who a lot of them grew up in the United States, who are more exposed to that stuff, just all of a sudden grow to just straight up hate Black people? There has to be something behind it and going on here that's really causing a lot of it. A lot of it that's being caused by it. A lot of things that cause it, for that matter, is just a small percentage of Black people just start shit for no real reason. You know, in all honesty, there always would have been racism, but I actually believe at its fundamental core, I hate to say this, but I'm going to be quite honest with you. I actually believe they actually, that small percentage is actually what's causing it more than anything else for that matter, okay? Besides, the truth of the matter is, it's a different, of course, situation between Blacks and Latinos than it would be versus Blacks and, of course, surprise, surprise, white Southerners. Because in the case of white Southerners, we know the white Southerners are fucking instigators. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. These motherfuckers were caught even when Black people were doing well and weren't acting ignorant, trying to kill us and burn down our communities. So in the case of the white Southerner versus Black African American issue, we know it's actually them who are instigators, but in this case between Blacks and Latinos, it's kind of more uneven. You can't really say it's any particular person more responsible for anything. If anything, it's more kind of us, if anything, that's kind of responsible for the issue, okay? So to sum it up, what our solution is we're gonna have to start holding these black people more accountable. And it's not to pull off some corny ass shit about, oh, there's some black brown unity sort of stuff. There's no such thing as racial unity between any two groups of people. There never has and never will be. But at least we can at least live in peace and harmony amongst each other for that matter. Because the truth of the matter is there's a lot of black people who do go around causing shit for no real reason, and we need to hold them accountable. We can't just go everywhere and have problems with people of different races because that small percentage just start shit for no real freaking reason. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across here for that matter, okay? So anyway, this is my video. I hope you found it informative and interesting. And just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumb this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all to say. And simply put, I'm out. So bye.